I started my morning in Eaton Rapids. It's about a 20-minute drive from my house in Lansing. This is video from a previous trip to Eaton Rapids. My amateur videographer Blunder recorded this time-lapse video of my mom dropping me off. So I'm just going to jump straight into paddling. When I started, the lens wasn't very clean, so I did miss out on a few miles. We started about 6.25 miles down. Here, the river is flat and beautiful. The temperature for the day when I started was 75 degrees. We got to about 85 degrees. The flow rate was 720 cubic feet per second for most of the day. In some spots, it changes, obviously. You'll see a great portage down by the 3 smokestacks in Lansing, as well as some videos of that dam. Enjoy the paddle. I know I did. We're coming up on the McNamara boat launch. This is one of the 3 fantastic boat launches in a row here that are, I believe, run by the Birchfield park system. But yeah, here we are. This is Columbia Road. I'm going to paddle up to the launch. This whole launch is completely accessible. There is a ramp all the way down to the boat ramp. So if you are looking for an accessible boat ramp or one that you just want to use your set of wheels on to get from the parking lot to the ramp, this is a great one to launch from. And I can say that confidently of the next one up, which is Birchfield Park, and the one after that, which is Danford Island Park in Dimondale. 3 great launches, and I highly recommend paddling this area. It is just gorgeous. I really love it. On the other side of this dock, there's a good place to paddle up to as well. I do not like trying to get up in these rolling docks. You have to yank yourself forward. I did it once and I thought, nope, I will get off on the shore. But yeah, here, these stairs at McNamara, they come straight down to the water. But they also, well, okay, last time I was here, it was deep enough. Let's check it out today. Let us remain non-biased. Okay, so yeah, no, I am able to, even at this lower level, paddle right up to a stair. But if I remember right, directly below the stair is riverbed. So if you're getting out here, it's not a 3-foot plunge into the deep. It is it can be a big step down if the first step is not available, but it's still a great place. Anyway, moving on. Moving on past this cool rock, and then I'll stop recording. Save on battery. Cool rock. Put in birds chirping over the sound of that truck. Perfect video. We've gone 7.93 miles. It's taken about 2.9 hours, which it's a little slower than I want to be going, but I've been having fun paddling. I've been having fun making the videos too. I've been trying to not twist as much in the videos. Some of my earlier videos made me sick to my stomach just watching them, and I did not put them up on YouTube. So now I'm trying the wide angle that seemed to work better on the Center Lake kayaking trip, which I did post. And also trying not to twist as much, which means I'm not paddling as fast as I can, but hopefully the video is a little better. Ooh. He says as he realizes the video is recording down into his chest. Perfect. Maybe I'll use that audio over something else. Maybe you'll suddenly notice that the movement didn't match up with the audio. I have so much like silent paddling footage right now. I know I can do this. I need a new video editor. Windows Video Editor isn't cutting it. I need to remember my edging. Turns like that. You can get around much faster if you're edging. Like, see, it just sort of continues the turn. Ooh, got a little wet that one. Just into more beauty. Notice a muskrat up ahead. I'm gonna cut you off, bud. Give everybody a good shot of you. He's like, no. Hey, what's up? Oh, look at that little cutie. There he goes, wiggling up the river. All right, leave him alone. Good times. Good times with nature on the river. This is Jake on a lake, on a river. Perfect. That's gonna be my my cover video, which makes this the continuation of my cover video. Not very good. Ah well. I just did a couple very quick miles. I'm a little bit winded, but we're gonna keep forging ahead here. Gonna slow it down a little. But yeah, having a great day paddling. So many great tree tunnels along this route. I highly recommend it. I have visions of this as a montage. Like 50 tree tunnels in a row. Maybe when I'm older, have like the, you know, 5-hour montage of tree tunnels. Non-stop tree tunnels while you sleep ASMR. Oh, hey, we're coming up on another landing. This one I always forget about because it is not one that I would like to try or have tried. It is a steep hill. There is a so-so set of stairs down to the water. Okay, there's a nice set of stairs down to the so-so set of stairs. You can see that one side has come up here. I don't think many people use this place for launching, but it does exist. If you need to get out here, it can happen. There's shore on either side that is not too muddy, but is not too like muck. You won't sink in, but it is awfully muddy. But yeah, you can get out here. This is, where are we? Riverbend Natural Area Access. Okay, I'm thinking that this is a hiking trail, and I'm betting that that is why there's no good dock here. I'm betting that if I were to go up there, there would be no parking lot. Maybe there would be, like a small one. I don't know. I'm not going to find out because, again, it's mud and I don't want to get in it right now. I've gone almost 10 miles. The GPS is telling me 9.65. Birchfield Park is the next stop according to that sign, and that is where I am going to stop for lunch. It is, what time is it? 11:50, 12:50, 12:53. So we've been going some hours now, and it is about time to refuel. Had plenty of water breaks, but I'm excited about some grapes. I'm excited about some cheese. I'm excited about some curry that I made. Let me tell you about the curry. This curry is easy. I will post a link to it. It is a curry that I found online. I can tell you the recipe right now. It's about this many dry, about that many dry garbanzo beans, maybe less. Ooh, that's a lot actually. Okay, so maybe about a softball size worth of dry garbanzo beans. I soak them overnight. I don't put anything in when I soak them. I just let them soak in plain water. Some people will say put in some cumin and stuff there. I don't see a huge benefit from putting cumin in there at that stage versus not. What I do is I put all my spices in when I boil them the next day. So you soak them overnight, you drain them, you boil them in sort of a minimal amount of water. And what I do, here's the trick to a good toothsome garbanzo bean. You start the water boiling. When it starts to boil, you put the lid on almost all the way. You let a small area for the pressure to release. That is very important. Once they start boiling, you turn the temperature down to the minimum level that will have them continue boiling with that lid configuration. So, and it's low. It's lower than you think. So on my stove, they boil at medium high. They boil well under medium on my stove with that lid covering them. I boil them for about an hour and then I check on them. Sometimes at that hour, depending on the previous soak time, they'll be done. They'll be ready. Sometimes it takes until an hour and a half. I boil them that way. I put in cumin, I put in salt, I put in pepper, I put in, sometimes I will put in hot spices if they're for me. I love to put in a little bit of Burberry, which is an Ethiopian spice blend, and I strongly recommend, if you have not introduced Burberry into your life, let me tell you. Hello, my name is Jacob Farr. I am the Burberry missionary. Burberry is going to change your life. You can put Burberry on popcorn. You can put Burberry on pizza. You can take Burberry and mix it with some butter and dip just about anything in it. If you want more of a chip dip type thing, a little mayo, mayo and sour cream, by the way, is the basis for any good chip dip. About half and half. Mayo, sour cream, a little bit of Burberry, some dried onion, garlic salt, regular salt, stuff like that. Anyway, what are we talking about? The beans. Yes, the spices I use to boil my beans. Experiment with your spices. That's what I can recommend. Sometimes a little bit of cinnamon. It adds an extra dimension on a very savory bean. Oh, do I have some coming up here? I think I'm going to shut off video and stop talking about beans for a moment. Right. I am the exact distance past that guy that I don't feel embarrassed about talking to myself anymore. He can't see my face. It's fine. Where were we? Chickpeas. So I boil my chickpeas. Experiment with the spices. Once the chickpeas are to the tooth, and I check them periodically by just eating one, I drain the water. I take a chopped onion that has already been chopped. Oh, no, wait. I put the chickpeas in first. I put the chickpeas back in the hot pan with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of butter. Not much butter, but a little bit of butter does make a bit of a difference. I put the chickpeas in with some oil and butter. Pepper, like fresh ground pepper, as much of it as your wrist can take. If you have an electronic fresh ground pepper thing, just don't stop. When you run out of pepper, reload and add a little bit more. Yeah, so pepper. salt, a little bit of cumin, just sort of toast those up in that oil and let the spices really shatter the outsides. You'll know when they're done when they look a little bit like tarnished, I guess. Anyway, that'll make your chickpeas pop in your mouth when you eat them. I'm making myself hungry. It's about 10 miles. It's time for some food. Once the chickpeas are just about ready, I put some onion in. I let the onion cook down. I cut the onions into pieces about this big so that they don't have to compete too much for the attention with the chickpeas, and that they also don't overpower the chickpeas. I let those cook. Once they're well and truly cooked, I put in a can of San Marzano tomatoes, a can that is about this big. It's a specific number of ounces, which I don't know at this moment, 28 or something. I don't think it's 32, but it's bigger than the regular can. I mush the tomatoes in. I mush them with my spatula. It's just the best way. You don't want to grind them up because then it's too small, too many little teeny bits of tomato. You want a couple good bits that you can recognize as tomato. But I do anyway. Once the tomatoes in and mushed to your liking, you put in a can of coconut milk, and I highly recommend getting the highest fat content coconut milk you can. It is delicious. So 1 can of coconut milk, and then squeeze in some fresh lime. And that is what I'm about to have for lunch as I am paddling up here to Birchfield Park. Birchfield Park has a great stop. You can just put your kayak up on a little sandy area. You can get out and use the bathroom, fill up a water bottle. Here some people are getting rentals ready. I love this park. If you're in the Lansing area, I highly recommend Birchfield Park. There's some people, so I'm going to turn it off for their privacy. All right, I stopped for lunch at Birchfield Park. I am right next to the drainage from the swimming pond, which is the water falling sound that you hear in the background. It's definitely not as romantic as it sounds. It's just a pipe. This is a great place to stop. There are bathrooms. There was a drinking fountain. It looks like it's out of order right now. I was unable to fill up my water bottles, but I have a little bit left in one and a whole one that I haven't topped yet. This is my lunch. This is the curry I was talking about earlier. It is delicious. Normally I would microwave it, but sadly they got rid of the microwaves at most of these public parks here recently. I've put it over couscous, which is a great way to just pound some calories in real fast. So I'm just eating up before I head on down. We are about 10 miles now, and I am absolutely enjoying it. I just sprinkled for a little bit and almost immediately stopped. So I'm hoping we're not getting thunder or lightning. If we get thunder or lightning, I'll probably pull over. If it's just rain, I'll happily paddle through it. Rain is nice. Rain is refreshing. All right. Oh, it's starting to sprinkle now. I'm going to eat this quick. All right. All right. It is 1:31. I have finished lunch. I am moving on from Birchfield Park. Great area. We have gone 10.6 miles, and I want to get 20 more before I'm done. So this is going to be a lot of fast paddling, and yeah, no, I feel good about it. It is a beautiful day for a paddle. Here we go. Just leaving Birchfield. Let's see some more treasure after dropping off my last treasure. All right, I'm secure here. Leave the water, take the treasure. All right. Sound effect. Professional sound effect. All right, and yeah, like I had just turned off the video. There's the Birchfield Park where I just launched from. It was literally right there. Anyway, people drop stuff. Not every piece of treasure that you find in the river or in a lake is a crime. Sometimes it's the wind taking it. Sometimes it's, goddamn, more treasure. This is where I get the workout. If you want to get fishing line style treasure out of places, it's a good idea to bring a knife along. Many times it is wrapped around some trees. You can at least get the bobbers and some of the other stuff out. If there are hooks, you definitely want to be careful. So that's what I sort of look for. That's what I look for in a fishing line treasure. Here we are. Oop, I'm turning the wrong thing. Stuck up in a tree. We got a bobber. We got a weight. We got all sorts of fishing tackle gear attached to this. Oh, just the bobbers and the weight. It's really not that bad. Alright, turning this off because it's no fun. Alright, just retrieved a little fishing related treasure here. Handy dandy little buck knife. Fits easily into my PFD. Is non-threatening fairly for the most part, and helps me remove wound around treasures. Alright, here we go. Back to paddling. Now is when I'm gonna get the quick 10 miles in. Real fast, guys, real fast. Alright, see you on the other side. Beep. Okay, I just paddled 10 miles. Okay, not really. I didn't even stop. You could probably tell. Alright, here we go. See you guys in a bit. Bald eagle. That's why I came cantering out here. And now I'm galloping back. Woo! Haha. Said he was overcast, so I left my sunglasses behind, which was a mistake. Some polarized sunglasses do help you see past the reflection, the surface reflection. Right now, I see a lot of brown is basically all. Get yourself some polarized sunglasses and they help cut that. This river is fairly muddy, so part of that is just the Grand River, but polarized sunglasses, they help you see rocks and stuff. Paddle through a little tree castle. This is the thing I can't stand. Big shelves created by people. I don't know if they want to make rippling sounds or what, but it is a real bummer to hit in a boat. Hey, sun's coming out. Might have to reapply the sunscreen here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a minute to do that because I am pale AF and I do not like getting burned. Pull over to this little sunny spot. Oh, that looks like a little... I see somebody's kayak, but I don't see somebody. But this looks like a good little place to stop. Yep, little house up there. It's cool. Not getting out. Yep. All right. Stop here, apply some sunscreen, get back to it. So there I was putting on sunscreen just outside those people's property. And of course they came out. Had to inspect what was going on. They did not say hello. They came out, they stared. They didn't frown, but they didn't smile either. Oh well. I didn't get out. It's not their river. Do what I want. I'm grown. I try to be nice though. This rapid is courtesy of a fallen bridge of some sort, I believe. Not very deep. Scuttled over some rocks. I do not like that. Oh. And got pushed by another. Alright. Ugh, so many shallows. Okay, I'm gonna get back over to River Right, which is generally in the Grand River the best place to be in any sort of shallow situation between here and Eaton Rapids. Downriver from Lansing, it's all pretty deep. Not much of this. I might get out and walk it. I do not want my boat scraping on every rock. But I know there are shells here, so I'm gonna put some shoes on. Ah, fuck! My treasure! It seems to be caught. Let's see. Nope. Okay. I will find you. I will find you. We're 13.3 miles, which means I haven't gone very far. Just got stuck on that shallow. I see the bit of trash that I lost over to the river left over here. It's just floating down there on this swing by and pick it up so easy. Not letting some treasure get away from us. All right, more at Danford Island Park. All right, we're on treasure retrieval. I saw it go behind this pillar here of the bridge. I'm gonna sweep right up on it. Ah, there it is. Ah! Was not expecting that. All right, treasure retrieval, here we go. Okay, and back down the river. Oh, we have lost, we have regained. There's a part of me that wants to be a villain, but there's a part of me that feels like we have enough of that already right these days. There's a deer off to river left. It's wagging its tail, staring right at me, trying not to spook it. It's like, yep, I'm here. Let's see how long she stays, or he. Yeah, I think she's spooked now. Looking at me sideways, got a leg up. Yep, time to bolt. Ah, well. I love it still. I love it still. We are getting down close to Danford Island, but I've decided I'm going to make a pit stop on the picnic island. I'm going to use it for picnicking. I have my grapes and cheese. I have a little bit of fudge. Got a beer. Coming around these rocks. This is very shallow in through here. You can see. This is not a fun rapid. This is a, hey, this water turns into almost 2 inches of clearance and maybe not much more. But if I come around here on River Right and then turn and then come up, I can easily get up to this picnic island. It is called Picnic Island because there's a sign that says picnic, and that is what I plan to do. I have some grapes, I got some cheese, I got some fudge. Oh, I'm excited. Let's see if we can get a good shot of that little, that's awesome. Oop, rock. Ah, ha, ha. All right. Oh, shallow. Ugh. All right. And I'm gonna pull my boat up onto this mud. Have myself a little picnic. More in a sec. Yeah.
What I've been calling Picnic Island is actually Noland Island. You can park in the shallows on the left or climb the tree on the river right. This is why I call it Picnic Island. If you follow the path around, you'll find a bench and a fire pit. I didn't start a fire, but I did sit on that bench and enjoy my lunch.
A lot of the gear that I have so far is donated, which is the right price for me at this moment. And I would like to send a special thank you to one of my friends who donated this this little cooler. It's got a nice thermal lining, and on the front it says "My mom pumps for me." She, yep. I just think this is great. I just wanted to share it with everyone and also say thanks. And this is my cooler and I love it. But yeah, it keeps stuff cold. Got a little ice pack. There's the spoon for lunch as well. Alright, I'm about 15 miles from my goal. My phone is just about out of batteries, so I've shut it off so that I have enough energy for an extraction call. Or I will rely on the kindness of strangers, which is, you know, always great advice. Alright, leaving Noland Island, or Picnic Island as it's known to its friends. I'm going to record this entire stretch back to the Danford Island Park. It should hopefully inspire you to come paddle it. It is a very beautiful area. I'm on the river right side of the park of the island. You can see it here off to my left. Trying to film too much. I'm gonna run into some shallows here if I'm not careful. And one of my favorite parts of this trip. Straight ahead of me you'll see two pillars. These pillars used to be a train bridge. So, left or right here. I go to the place where it's usually most clear. Yeah, big old tree stuck under there. Stuck sideways between the pillars. Alright, around this bridge up ahead is the rapid. Let's get up here fast. So we've gone Eaton Rapids to Dimondale, and we'll be pushing on towards Lansing. But this next mile that I'm about to go down after the Danford Island Park is my beginner mile, my original mile from last year when I first started kayaking and enjoying the sport. I was coming up every weekend. Sometimes I would put in for vacation days on like a Wednesday morning and start work at noon. Go out and paddle in the morning. Sometimes I just take all of a Wednesday off and paddle. But I love this. No, I think this side is going to look a little bit better for getting through. I always take river right, and today I'm going to vary it up a little bit. River right is shallow, and I'm thinking that river left is also shallow, but we're going to give it a try. Alright, I see what looks like deeper water coming up along the shore, It gets ripply, but I'm kind of thinking that's the confluence of the shallow right there. Yep. Look at that. Ah, next time I come up, going off here, river left. Here we are at the Danford Island Park. I see some people watching over by the rapids. I'm gonna record regardless of what they want because I like this part. This is a great rolling dock. All right. But immediately after this park, you can get out. So you can roll in here. You can go down the rapids and roll immediately out and come back up if you want. It's kind of nice. All right, here we go. Hey. All right, and if you're coming down and you need to get out of Danford Island Park, this is where you get out. You'll see this little lookout point. It's usually a little bit muddy upriver, a little bit sandier downriver. So I would recommend, watch. Not here, not here, not here. Here. Get out here. Take your boat up this path by the bench, around the corner, and into the parking lot. This is a great little place to get in and out. I love this place. This is my primary drop-off spot when I just want to go paddle the river. All right, this next mile is my beginner mile, and I haven't paddled it yet this year, and I'm very excited. Yeah, Danford Island Park used to be my first milestone. Like, that would be where I struggled my boat up to the top and laid down there for a second, exhausted. Now that's my warm-up. These two bridges up ahead, this is my birthplace of kayaking. This is Dimondale Canoe and Kayak coming up ahead. Before I talk about Dimondale Canoe and Kayak, I would like to say that I ate that last mile, my first milestone mile, like I eat an open-faced bagel sandwich with extra cream cheese, capers pressed into the cream cheese, some salami, a thin slice of onion, and some stone ground mustard, which is to say that I ate it hard and I ate it fast and I feel like a hero. And here I come around the bend. There's a lot of traffic noise. I apologize for that. I can't do anything about it. We are going to paddle fast in. I apologize if there's some shake. Around the first one. Whoa, crap. Editing this part out. Just lost some treasure. ha 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 ha. And I pulled the hook right into my thumb, but all treasure retrieved. Any blood? No blood. I'm still gonna put some Neosporin on it when I get home. All right. I digress. Here we are. You can see the blue of the always spotlessly clean portage on. I don't want to sound sarcastic. I love this place. I love these people. They do not laugh at your fat butt as you're trying to get in and learn to kayak for the first time. When you wobble around and go like you're gonna freak out. They will take you upriver and suggest great things. They were the ones who told me to stick to river right coming up the river, because that was where the shallows were, and without that knowledge I would not have been able to make it the first, nor the second, nor the third. And now probably on about the 17th or 18th mile. Yeah, I love this place. These people are great. If you are looking for a place to rent a kayak or a canoe, I recommend a kayak or a tandem kayak if you got someone else that you want to kayak with. I took my little nephew out on a tandem kayak. It was fun. We're gonna go again when he's a little older. Doesn't drag a bucket through the water like a brake. Anyway, I love my family. But this is Dimondale Canoe and Kayak. It is very easy to get to, especially when 496 is back open. It is basically Old Lansing Road straight down. Just look it up on your GPS. Trust me. Dimondale Canoe and Kayak, it's very easy to get in and out. I would also like to point out that the proprietor of this place was instrumental in getting the rolling dock put into Danford Island Park, which is the park that was up the river from here, my milestone point, as I had said a moment ago. They helped get that installed and were instrumental in it. And I mean, just hands off, thank you. That is one of my favorite places to launch from. It's one of my favorite places to come back to. It's a beautiful park, and the people who run Dimondale Canoe and Kayak here, they were the ones who pushed for it to be installed and were very instrumental in getting it taken care of. I love this place. Come rent from here. It is the least expensive. It's a great location. It's easy to get to. The people are nice. What more do you want? Come kayak with me. Post in my comments when you're going to be around and I might show up. I love this. Anyway, this now is new to me. I've always, when I've come back this way, it has always been to come back to Dimondale Canoe and Kayak to return the boat, and I have not been here in my own boat. So here we have a marina. I'm going to record more of this portion of the journey. A cool feature that we're going to come up to at some point in this journey is the Board of Water and Light Dam. It is the dam that is outside the 3 smokestack tower. I looked it up on Google. It looks like they have a great exit on River Right, and that it should be a fairly easy portage or portage. Okay, see, here's the deal, guys. I'm from Michigan. We have Portage, Michigan. I have an aunt who spent time in Portage, Michigan, and that's the way people say it around here. So I grew up saying portage, and I feel like on some videos I've heard people say portage, and it sounds fancy and fine, but like, I grew up with a different word. So if that's the way we all want to say it, just give me time. I don't know. All right, new areas. It looks like off to my left is a canal. Possibly on the map I've seen little areas where they have little canals back to some pools where it looks like people store their boats, is what I'm guessing. I try not to look on the satellite for the residential areas. Try to respect people's privacy, but there are these things here, and they're to be noticed. Oh yeah, oh man, holy cow, that's beautiful. All right, I'm gonna paddle up because you're not seeing all that I saw. We got a little lighthouse in the corner. We got supported upper decks, a patio, some boats. That looks awesome. Okay, fun times. I like to respect people's privacy, and here's their backyard, everybody. I'm such a hypocrite. Such a hypocrite. Try to be better. All right, on to better paddling. I don't know where I am. There's a hawk up overhead. Let's see if he'll come back around. Yep. See, now I feel like I'm doing the second best way to get down the river. But next life, hot time. Maybe like what are some of those big birds? Some of the condors. Golden condor, is that the big bird? Like the biggest. I don't know, maybe it's not advantageous to be the biggest bird. Maybe it's better to be something like a hawk that's sort of medium-sized, good speed, doesn't need to take down large prey. This is one of the things I love about a river, is that it's all bends. It's like a present that you get to keep unwrapping and unwrapping and unwrapping, and each bend you see a little bit more, something you haven't exactly seen before. Will it be residential? Will it be wild? A marsh off here to my left. I wonder if I'm down by what's that nature center? Not Woldumar. I'm gonna forget their name. The good thing about taking video like this is that I can then flash it up on the screen after I solve the mystery. I'll remember it in a little bit. I'll remember it in a little bit and then shout it for anybody else who's around to hear me on the river. And I probably won't be recording at the time, but I will try to be. I hope I'll be. Yeah, I took my, my family came here. I didn't take my niece and nephew. The whole family came here. Did a little walk in the woods. They have some really nice paths, very well-groomed paths. There's places to sit down, places that lead around by the water. Up at the top, there is a cabin that is very rustic, and there's a lot of historical facts and stuff about it. You should go read them. I read some of them, but then I forgot, and I think I had a nephew that I had to... Well, okay, no. One of them was banging on the bell, and I thought, man, I want to do that. I should either do that or tell them that they shouldn't. So I went over and helped them because they didn't have strong enough arms. Well, that's the great thing about being an uncle. When you go to the historic site, you ring the bell with the kids instead of telling them, no, you shouldn't ring the bell. You just go ahead and do it, because really, what's the worst that's going to happen? Somebody's going to come out and be like, we really wish you wouldn't ring that bell. And nobody did. There were people mowing the lawn. Nobody said a word. Maybe one of them has like a Bell Bastards blog where they like secretly take pictures while mowing. This mother effer rang the bell, encouraging his kids to do so. Sorry for you, bud. They're not my kids, they're my sister's kids. I'm the uncle. Readjust the seat. And, ooh, man, there's a path right there. Were I not worried that this were all private? Park my kayak and go stretch my legs. Huge field of lily pads. I can hear frogs. The peak up the river ahead. Alright, I think this is a good time for a quick break. I see a little spot over here. Somebody placed a bench in the spot at one point. Alright, what do we got? Oh, rocky sand. Perfect. A bunch of garbage out there. We'll see what we can do. Slightly dirty little area. Let's see if I can't clean it up. I have plenty of room in my front hatch for a little bit of extra treasure today. Found a nasty little treasure trove up on the beach here. There's a bench. There's a fire pit. There's a rock. Oh, I'm gonna sit on the bench. Alright. My tetanus, sadly, I have no idea what the state of it is. But, be careful. Look at this spot. Bend of a river here. Cool log. I bet that was once a great tree that made this a cool little hiding spot. The rest of the river. Alright, I think my break is about up. Time to get going. Awesome little find. Little trail leads off here, but if it leads up to somebody's house, I don't want to be up there. So, getting back in my boat and carrying on. After a nice little rest After a nice little rest on a bench, I'm paddling onward. I saw a guy in a boat come through here just a little bit ago, and betting he may come back again, so hopefully that'll be interesting. We have a fresh battery, we have fresh arms, and we're on the road again. paddling through a little stream of algae. Or, I don't know what this is. Maybe that's not the right term. Some small water plant that looks like a single leaf. Just paddle around a bend to see these swans here. There's a guy fishing on my other side. He told me it's about 5 o'clock. Alright, we're gonna leave these guys alone. I don't get them too far into their territory. Sorry, swans. And I don't want to paddle through muck either. Oh, there's a deer on the other side. Oh. Swans and deer. No, man, this is the time I wish I'd brought my camera out. Nice. Alright, back to it. Man, I do not know where I am in Lansing. Pretty sure I passed Moore's River Drive a while back. But this is just huge. I have never seen this part of the river. I love it. It's deep here. It's crazy deep. Yeah. No touching. I see a cell phone tower off in the distance, but still no sign of the smokestacks, which are the sign that I'm getting close to the end of my journey. Yeah, look at this. This is in Lansing. You can come out here anytime you like. Okay, I see a bridge coming up, and I'm hoping to see some smokestacks soon. Come on, smokestacks, I am getting tired. So I had to turn my GPS off. I'm hoping that I turn it off in time to save me enough power. What do we have coming up here? I might be wrong about a bridge. So I don't know how far I am or where I am, but I am very familiar with the place that I need to get out. This is just the part between that I've never seen. Ah, I see them off in the distance. 3 smokestacks. That is going to be the dam when I get up to that area. All right. Now I see where I have to be. Have a little bit more steam now. Ooh, that fudge. Oh, I'm gonna eat that fudge and that cheese and maybe some of those grapes. I am just gonna chill here on the water before I head into town over there. Oh, so excited about fudge. Those are the remains of my snack. I have a few grapes, I got some cheese, and this big wad of fudge that is melting. And I probably shouldn't lick my fingers after paddling through this river. Ugh. I hear horror stories about things people get. This is great. It's gross. I'm okay with throwing grapes in the river. Salty cheese and sweet grapes. Great combo. You don't need to watch me eat or hear me eat. Ugh. Been surrounded by a flurry of dragonflies. It's probably, let's say, at least 100 around me here. They're off to my right, to my left. It's just kind of fun. Small family of ducks just hurried on ahead of me. I'm coming up to that bridge. There's a cemetery off to my left. I'm not sure which cemetery. If I were, might let me know where I am. Hoping that this bridge will have a street name marker. Yep, Waverly and Moores River. Okay, so I thought I was at Moores River quite a ways back, which is why I kept expecting the dam. Apparently I'm not familiar enough with this part of town. Just about to pass under, and we're gonna get going from there. I may shut off because it looks like a lot of residential. Maybe not. I don't get to see this place often. Not from this angle. Passing under 2. Each section is numbered up above. I wonder what's up with that. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can make some serious miles. My legs are getting tired of being in the kayak. So, I'm gonna shut off until I see something crazy interesting. So many geese. That's a gaggle if I saw one. Hey, geese! Oh, one looked up. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. That's what you are. Ah, babies. Alright. We'll leave the goose families alone. They leave me alone. Alright, they're all walking away. One's sitting there like... I ain't afraid of you. What? What? He's saying, oh, shift. Saw you flinch. Alright. Leaving the geese alone for real now. Little rest time on the river. I'm getting close now, but I'm starting to run out of steam. Letting my feet just sort of stretch outside the boat for a bit. In this position, they tend to get tired after a while. I'm still in this wide open, just like, the current is slow. Over here, it looks like it's fast, but then when you get to this side, it feels, when you get to the other side, it feels slow, and then the opposite side looks fast. I'm beginning to believe that it's just an illusion. So that just means I'm going to keep paddling and get to my destination by hook or by crook eventually. Just gonna let my feet rest here for a little bit longer. I keep feeling leaves and underwater plants rubbing against them. It tickles, and it's kind of fun. I feel like people knew they would pay for this type of treatment. Here I am getting it for free. One nice thing I will say about today as well, the wind has been pretty much at my back most of the time. I have not had to struggle with any wind, and it has been wonderful. The temperature is great. It's a little bit on the warmer side, but the river is cool. When I need to take a little break, I put my hands or my feet in, or sometimes both. Just sit back and relax for a minute. Look at everything. There's no rush. Well, I guess I had to get there before dark and before my mom, who is graciously picking me up, goes to bed. But I think I'm gonna make it. I think the smokestacks are coming up here in a few miles. Alright. Off to my left is the Lansing Boat Club. That's what the sign says. Still, I have no idea how far off I am from my goal. The stacks were visible for a little while, but have not been in view because of the trees for a little while. But that's a nice thing about a river. If you're paddling downriver, there's not much chance to mess it up. Alright, we're going to ride over their wake and get some cinematic shots of this boat. It seems to be rusting. Michigan Princess, Michigan Princess. I knew it was royalty. I knew it was royalty. Oh, Michigan Princess, really? You've seen better days, it seems. Oh, maybe that's just the way it looks. It looks rusty on this side. The rust color made it look brown. Switch some camera mode, take a better look at this. Sure where this is, but it looks like you can park. You can probably put in here. I might be wrong. This may be Michigan Princess parking. It's a site that many folks from Lansing are familiar with. I found some buoys marking out a path. I'm going to go between them because you can't just see buoys marking out a path and not going between them for the heck of it. There are a couple paddlers up here. I can't believe that they're not between these buoys. Like, it's blowing my mind. I don't understand it. Alright, whatever. To each their own. They're probably super pro that thing I'm against. Or anti that thing I love. Play the buoys. Alright, I'm gonna leave them alone. Getting through the last of the buoys, coming up towards the bridges. It's very industrial. It's cool to see from this area. I see so much nature and wild, which is sort of my preferred thing. But seeing something I'm so familiar with from another angle is also loads of fun. I believe I see the dam up ahead. I know that the exit from Google Maps is on river right, so I'm going to head over to that side eventually. I got loads this time. But hopefully this portage will be quick, easy, painless, and a great chance to get out and stretch my legs. right. I just love the sights. Getting closer to the dam now. I can see it up ahead. There's a pipe that sort of does some Susian loops here. Up and down, up and down. Looks like it comes from the road above. There's a drainage is what I'm guessing. But I have no idea why it goes up there. That is just so bizarre. And it looks like it has a massive leak here at some point. Maybe it's a conduit. Maybe it's an electricity conduit. Maybe that's what it is. Interesting. Yeah, if it was a water pipe. And why would they make a water pipe in the middle of the road? No, that's to power those lights up there. That's what I'm guessing. Anyway, it looks cool. I'm out of energy, and I kind of want to just rest for a sec. Onto the dam, and then we're almost done. The last bit will be familiar. Oh, and I'm seeing some graffiti under this bridge. Hopefully it'll be cool. P1 R.E.O. Rebel. Looks like. Somebody made a B character. Beloit. Looks like somebody's first time. I love graffiti when it's better than just a little bit of vulgarity. Somebody wrote, fuck around and find out. Find out what? Fuck around with who? Who cares? What a moron. Write your name. And we'll know who not to fuck around with. I'm just gonna fuck around with everybody until somebody's like, didn't you read that sign under the bridge? Fuck around and find out, man. I need a break. Here's the dam. As expected from the Google Maps, it's looking like a sign is posted on River Right. I'm gonna head on over there and hope that this is an easy portage. It looked like they had a little path that just led around. I'm gonna hope for a little bit more current on the other side of the dam. This has been like paddling through a lake, which was not what I wanted at this stage of the paddle. I wanted something pushing me right along and helping me get these last few miles home. And instead, I'm doing all the work. It's like nature didn't know it had a job to do. All right, enough of that. Some crazy cooling stations. All right, I'm at the Moores River Dam Portage. It is kind of funky. It is concrete and then straight down. It looks like about 3 feet. So I'm hoping I can just scoot my butt up onto this concrete ledge without falling in the water. All right, launching from the roll-in dock here at the portage of the municipal power plant. This monstrous beauty. The portage here was great. I got out. The spot where you can get out, it's a little bit deep. It's about 3, maybe 4 feet deep, and I have no idea how the bottom is. I just sort of scooted myself up onto the shore. If you're not comfortable doing that, I don't know. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was a very short walk, cool view of the dam, cool view of the power plant, which I will put video of in here. I'm just happy. I'm just happy. We got a cool little rusted gate coming up here off to the right as soon as I drop in, and yeah, I'm happy. Onto the fish ladder. This is the easy part. I see so much current. All right, let's blast through this. like a bagel, like eating a bagel sandwich. Just blast through it. Feel like a champion. Cream cheese on my mustache. I want a bagel so bad right now. Gotta learn how to make bagels. Ooh, fun water. Shallow water. Whoa! Alright. I am completely stuck on some rocks. I'm gonna scoop myself forward and not give you all the nausea. Not too bad. Just a brief moment of shallow. But it looks like some more are coming up. Try to... Looks like it's shallow off to my left. Shallow off to my right. Some ducks are just standing out on something. Not getting a lot of purchase here. Maybe half a paddle. Someone's looking at me from the bridge. I wonder how far my voice carries. Just enough to... I don't want to get out, but I think I might be getting out. What is this? Yeah, these are shells. Put my shoes on. Just gotten out and walked from river left to river right. I found a spot with a little bit of clearance. I'm trying to get back in. Looks like it follows and sort of snakes around, maybe to the other side of that island. I think it's gonna go left on the island. We'll see. The wind is with me, the water is with me. This is gonna be an easy paddle. Looks like it might rain. It's okay. I'm waterproof. Yep, already getting picked up. Good. Do not want to walk the last few miles. Alright, a little deeper. No. Which way will the deep head? Still can't quite tell. The right side of the island looks a little bit more interesting. I'm gonna give it a try. If it doesn't work, I'll paddle back up. See a lot of bent over weeds, which tells me there's some flow and also enough depth to get through. Weeds can slow you down, but sometimes they're better than the super shallow alternative. Still coming around that other side of the island. I hear some water rushing. I see some trees that are possibly blocking my path. I might be able to get through. Look at how far it drops here. It's going to be some low water on the other side. See some rocks straight ahead that I do not want to run into. Oh yeah, this was probably a mistake. Oop. No to you. No to you. Bump you. Yeah. It looks a little exciting, but it's really just stopping and scooching. Looks like a little bit deeper right to my left. Try to get into it. Oh, another rock. Avoided. Alright. Give me some good water by golly. Alright, I got some train bridges. I got what looks like possibly just like a conduit bridge. Yep. The right side of this bridge here is full of stuff. Left side looks a little bit better. Oh yeah. I'm always happy when I go under a bridge and don't scrape stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in view. And now we're getting the current and the depth. Oh, look at the speed. This is what I was hoping for my last mile. Yes. Yeah, this looks like a conduit bridge. See, I hate seeing ducks standing right in the middle of the river. Oh, they might be swimming. All right. Looks like we are probably good. Yeah, plumbing in here, I'm getting at least 2 feet. No touching the bottom. Quick test anyway. It's fine with me. It's plenty. Footpath. Still have no idea where I am. I'm guessing I'm coming up on the Red Cedar. I've taken the Red Cedar to Grand River, and Grand River to Grand Ledge, and I know it's coming up here fairly soonish. When that happens, I'm gonna have a lot of current. I'm gonna like it. All right, who do we have here? We have Decap. Rest in peace, MF Doom. We Lurk Late. Some cool characters. I like this guy with the dead eyes. Good stuff. On the other side, it was not as good. Trust me. I want to make some time. I love this, but I'm ready for this trip to be over. It's a great trip. But a long trip. Started at 10 a.m. I took a couple breaks. The last person I asked said it was 6:20, about 15 minutes ago. So it's been a long day of paddling. About 8 hours so far. But 27 miles-ish. Ah, okay, here we are. I have been here before. This is the Red Cedar. The Red Cedar is walking distance from my house. Well, a good walk. But this is the Red Cedar. I've taken the Red Cedar all the way up to Grand Ledge from here. So I am back on a river that I'm familiar with. And since we're coming from the Red Cedar, I'm going to try not to touch the water because of two, count them, two sewage treatment plants upriver up here. It's a little bit gross, and I'm trying not to drip on myself. The river here smells pretty awful. When I was in middle school, I was asked to volunteer at this place called Art Space, and it was at a place in Old Town Lansing, right over by the Brenke fish ladder, right over by where I'll be ending my paddle. I used to ride my bike up to volunteer at Art Space in the summers, and it was so much fun. But I would always smell the smell and think, the smell of river. Rivers just don't smell good. No, this stretch of the Grand River smells awful. It smells like chemicals. But once you get down past the fish ladder, the smell starts wearing off and you get back to natural river smell. But here in downtown Lansing, it smells like the chemicals from the treatment plant from East Lansing, just up the river. On my right, I'm passing Impressions 5. I'm dripping water on myself and mutating in the spots. See? See? These dark spots weren't here before. It's all Grand River water. Grand River water between red cedar and the fish ladder. It's yucky. When I was working at that place called Art Space, I volunteered there in the summers, and we basically were kid corrallers while the visiting artists would teach them stuff. It was a day camp for kids, you see. Anyway, during the day the kids got hungry, and so we allowed them to go for lunch, which, as stated previously in this paddle, is the most important meal of the day. They would come down here to the fish ladder area. They would hang out. Sometimes we'd find found items on Make Art, which was a great way to clean up the neighborhood. But one girl whose father owned a bait shop that was situated right along the Grand River, she one afternoon was bent over the Grand River, scooping handfuls of it into her mouth and drinking it, telling us, "The Grand River is clean. My dad says it's clean." And I feel like, well, it may be clean enough to fish out of, but it is definitely not clean enough to drink. Not here, not up by Michigan Center, not down by Grand Haven. Anyway, yeah, don't drink Grand River water, please. Here's another, I believe this is a BWO building. I believe this is the one that got turned into apartments. A coworker of mine lived in the apartments, and she said that they were fairly nice. They'd been done very modern, kind of the industrial modern. Some pipes running through. Anyway, it'd be a fun place to live. The Brenke fish ladder. I have just about reached my destination. I'm going to keep this camera going until I do. There's going to be a little dock off to the right, and I'm going to get up close to it. It's going to be way too high in the air to actually reach. I'd have to jump for it from my boat, but it's a good spot to get up. And it's coming right up. 27 miles and some change. I am ready for a beer, a shower, and maybe some food, depending on how awake I am after the beer and the shower. But if I don't get food now, I'll wake up hungry. When I was first looking into paddling, I read a story about a group that did a trip from the Red Cedar all the way up to Grand Haven, and I was inspired by it. I thought, that's what I want to do. I want to camp along the Red Cedar, or not Red Cedar. I want to take the Red Cedar, camp along the Grand River, all the way out to Grand Haven. That'll be awesome. They do it in, I think, I remember it said that they had 52 hours in which to do it and that they did not sleep for it. I've gone about 10 hours and I'm ready for a break. I do not know how they do 52 hours. Alright, looks like somebody is occupying my dock. I'm gonna share it with them just to be nice. But this is where I'm getting out. I don't care if I don't like it. Alright. And do I shut off the camera? Yeah, in a sec. This is the fish ladder. Over those buoys up ahead is a dam that I would never recommend going over. Straight ahead of me is a dude on the dock, and I'm gonna go get up right beside him. It's the easiest spot. Alright, shutting off for now. I just got out of the Brenke fish ladder. I'm waiting for my ride. I saw a guy, my phone had completely died, and he was able to call my pickup and to help me get out of here. I'm very excited about that. I'm just gonna sit here and wait. I'm getting some live music. Some people are coming, so I'm going to stop recording. All right, 27-mile paddle done. This is my support team, my mom and dad. Hey! The boat is back up on the car, and I am ready to go home and shower and eat meat.